We are at PAX Prime in Seattle, Washington. I am joined by Manverse Game and, of course, by Deep Silver. This is CJ.
Hello.
CJ, tell the people who you are and what you do.
So my name is CJ Kirshner. I'm a senior narrative designer at Deep Silver Dam Buster Studios.
And you guys brought to us a beautiful game today. This is Homefront, The Revolution, and this game has gone through some changes, some iterations. So tell us where we stand right now with Homefront, The Revolution.
Where we stand right now is that Deep Silver has acquired the rights, has established a studio with the talent that had been working on the game since its inception, and we're bringing an open world first-person shooter set in an occupied Philadelphia. The North Koreans have taken control of the city. This is an entrenched, mature occupation, so it's been going on for a couple of years. We're dropping the players in the boots of a resistance fighter named Ethan Brady. He's sort of an up-and-comer, and he's taking the fight to the streets.
He's taking the fight to the streets. They live in the streets. These are Americans that you're playing as and you're fighting as, but they are totally in an alien country, Philadelphia here now, right?
It is, yeah. The familiar has become alien. You'll like somehow neighborhoods that are on the outskirts that would sort of have just been like, oh, these are kind of sketchy areas, are now bombed out and totally ruined through fighting, through neglect, and then the areas where people do live are basically a police state. Security cameras, drone scans, pat downs, like just the worst excesses of a militarized police force that you could imagine turned on the American people.
That's those damn Koreans, right?
It is still.
I would like to apologize to our Korean viewers.
I'm just here. It's part of the plot, ladies and gentlemen.
This is so. It is a North Korean occupation. However, it is an alternate past and an alternate future. In this particular one, this is where you're going to find a lot of your street fighting, a lot of your verticality. We have a great motorbike that you can use to get around the city and drive it basically wherever you want.
Looks like some really great usage of lighting and
We've got a full day-night cycle. We've got a dynamic weather system. So right now it's dark and stormy and raining, and you've got these beautiful very dramatic fires going on, but you come back and you play this at a different time, you could get sort of a hazy sunrise or
wow.
Just an overcast day. The lighting and the rendering tech that Dam Buster has added to the CryEngine basically just guarantees that no matter when or where you are, you're going to get something really interesting and dramatic to look at. I mean, we've got a very desaturated color palette to sort of drive home that dreary, depressed occupation feeling.
Orwellian, nightmarish scenario.
And so, as we just saw, part of the occupation is that you were on your way to an objective. You ran into an unexpected street patrol, and you couldn't go around it, so you had to do a quick ambush. And those sorts of things will happen all of the time, right? You'll be booking it to something that you want to do, and you'll get spotted by a drone, or we have these airships, these giant, they're sky whales, right, with these searchlights that scan the streets. You'll get spotted by one of those, and suddenly your plan will change completely. You'll be on the run, on the back foot, just looking for some place to hide.
So this is a huge open world. You're running around, you're hopping in and out of missions. Are you always in either a green or a yellow or a red zone, or are there neutral?
Yes, so you will always be in one of those
It'll
three
always
zones.
have a classification.
Right, and with the classification comes a very again specific gameplay style. Though again, you can sort of mix it up. The action that we're seeing now is one possible path. I've seen players go through this completely stealthily. I've seen them go through it.
Yeah, this is not stealth. This is
not
motorbike
stealth. No. At this point, you're making a bit of noise and definitely getting into some scrapes. But I have seen players go through and not be detected at all. I've seen them try and go through and not be detected, and then, like I said, got spotted accidentally and suddenly have to switch up the tactics completely. So yeah, you will be, and this is just one of many red zones in the game.
So are you going to have to go to red zones if you want to compete in multiplayer, if you want to make some groups and fight?
So we have a 4-player co-op experience, and they're narrative-driven scenarios. It's a completely separate mode.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, you and your friends can form a resistance cell. You can customize your fighter. You go out and do these missions, and you come back. You sort of re-equip the stuff that you picked up on the mission. You like look at your loadout, and you get to do all the fun. I'm reluctant to call it paper doll, but it's kind of the appeal of
That's
like
fun.
doing that.
So the fights are instanced. You're kind of you're grouping up and you're going off to this mission, and you're coming back and you get to keep all that gear that you
get
make.
to keep all of that gear, and loot, cash, all of that good stuff, and we'll actually be running multiplayer betas this winter.
Oh. How do you get a multiplayer beta key, friend?
That is a good question, and I think we'll have more information on how you sign up for that in the coming weeks.
All right, very cool. Where can we find that information?
You can probably find it on www.homefront-game.com. You can find it on the Homefront Twitter, which is @HomefrontGame. I don't remember if there's a dash in there or not.
You guys got that Google, right? You'll figure it out.
And otherwise, you can just come to our booth at PAX and ask. And
ask very nicely.
Ask very nicely.
Boldly, directly, just put it out there.
Straight to
yes, no, just give it to me straight. Can I get into that beta?
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
I gotta say, I'm loving just seeing here, just noticing, like how you're talking about like the day-night cycle. Just watching,
you're
seeing
dawn break right now.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's like we're gonna. This is gonna be the sort of wrap up of this demo. But like again, you keep playing, and again the weather will change, and you'll see in a moment once this transceiver is hacked and you start to unlock what else is in your neighborhood. Like all of these new points that are popping up are things that you can go and do. And so one of the fun things in the demo, and it's one of the challenges and the great rewards about showing an open world game is that you don't, like, you have a certain degree of control over the systems, and in this instance, like, we start players out on a mission with the intention that will, establish the context and get them into the world and learning the systems. But once they've achieved those, those first few objectives, really the world is their oyster. They can go and do whatever they want.
Oh, and it's a beautifully rendered version of Philadelphia here. I got to say, this looks I'm from the East Coast. This looks really familiar.
I was gonna say, I think Philadelphia's seen some better days in some of those shots.
No, this looks exactly like Philadelphia.
Well, I'm glad. It's not a one-to-one Google Maps recreation. It's definitely more like inspired by the architecture and the culture. So you're not going to get like I grew up on this street, and if I go down there, can I find my home? But you're definitely going to be like, this feels like a cheesesteak shop that I would have gotten something from.
Just imagine like
Gino's forever.
Yeah, like looking out there's like 2 out of 10. I couldn't find my house. I'm from Philadelphia.
Really disappointed. Wrong front door color.
Terrible. But yeah, just remember this is alternate future timeline.
Right.
It's like 2029.
So your house might not even be there. It might have been bulldozer. Your house might have a mortar round through the roof.
Whoa,
blown the hell up. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Philadelphia.
Yes.
Have things gotten that bad there?
It's dark. I live in California now.
Yeah. West Coast.
All right. Well, this game looks incredible. Thank you so much for showing us. I'm so excited to see. So when does this come out?
This comes out in 2016, early 2016.
All right. I'll be waiting. And you guys don't go anywhere. We got lots more games coming to you from PAX Prime.
Are you an esports fan? Prove your knowledge and start winning cash on Alpha Draft Fantasy Esports. This year, we'll pay out over $5 million in prizes to over 50,000 esports fans every single week. To play, first select from hundreds of contests from the hottest esports. Then, choose your team of pros and watch their stats update in real time during games. Right now, we'll match every dollar you deposit up to $250. What are you waiting for? Redeem your deposit bonus and play Alpha Draft now.